Hello, 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 stamping friends. How is everybody today? This is Caron. I am your independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, the ATX Stampin' Lady, and I am excited to join you tonight as I share with you a new to me technique that I have seen popping up all over YouTube, Facebook, etc. It is just growing, gaining steam, and I just wanted to share that with you. Now, before I do that, what I'm going to end up doing is sharing with you that some of the products that we're going to be using tonight is coming from our new mini catalog, which went live on January 7th. This is the January to April mini catalog. And there's loads to go through. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, guys, please reach out to me. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I don't keep catalogs at home, but if you would like a catalog, let me know. I can send it to you digitally. Or if you'd like a hard copy, definitely get with me and I'll tell you how you can get one of those catalogs. Also live is we are currently in celebration. Celebration started January 7th and it runs through February 28th. And celebration, for those of you that may not be interested, may not know what celebration is, with Stampin' Up! Twice a year. We have, I think it's once a year now? Things have changed a little bit. So with every $60 purchase you made with between now and February 28th, you are able to choose something, anything from the celebration catalog to add to your cart, and you will get that for free. Now, there are items in here that are 120 in the $120 category. So if you do spend $120, you get to choose either two of the $60 items, or you are able to select one of our $120 purchase items. We have I think it's two $120 purchase items. One is the Corner and Blooms stamp set, and the other is the heart-shaped bundle that you can get for the $120, or you can choose any one of the other items in the catalog for $60. So the products that we're going to use tonight is we are going to be working with I think I'm going to work with the One More Year. And I've already stamped and colored this image so you don't have to watch me color. This is on page 59 of the catalog, January through April mini catalog. And this is just such um, a fun set. It's one of those that I actually had to have when I saw it. One, this dog reminds me of a pug, and I used to have a pug baby, and anything that is pug related gets my vote almost immediately. So anyway, and that used to be one of the faces that he made. So I was in love with this set right from the very beginning. And then of course the sentiments were nothing to shake a stick at either. Aging fine like cheese and wine. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. How old in dog years you'd be. Happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. These sentiments are just funny, I think. Happy birthday. Now back to me. So this is the set that we are using, and we are using the cheese and wine sentiment or image. Now, I'm also going to be having a little play, and these are from the paper pumpkins for the sentiments. So I'm not sure what sentiment I'm going to use. I just wanted to have some options, and so here's some of the options that I'm giving myself. You guys, when you interact with me on YouTube or any of my channels, well, one, it makes the time go a little bit faster, and it makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself. And two, um, well, now, when I know that you're here, you got entered into the drawing that you could potentially win the card that we are creating this evening. Now, the card we are creating this evening is fairly simple. It's not difficult. I had to go a little bit of a play with it just to make sure I could understand And as always, when I create or when I'm playing with something for the very first time, I don't um, I don't use my current Stampin' Up! Products. I always revert to some of my older stuff or some of my other um, recollections or anything like that. So here is kind of sort of what it looks like. I didn't finish this. I am going to finish this card eventually, but right now. So I wanted to make sure that I had the basic understanding of what the fault line card was all about. And so here it is. Here's what we're going to need to create this card, the fault line technique tonight, is we're going to need a piece of cardstock, our card base. And our card base is 4¼ by 9¼ and we are going to score it at 5½. We are going to need a piece of designer series paper, one of which is 3 by 4¼ The other is 4 by 4¼ Now, if you have directional paper, you might want to pay close attention to that. And I don't think I paid attention to it on this one. Well, darn it. So because I did not pay attention to it, I'm gonna have to recut it because I do need to pay attention to how I want this to be done. Okay, because this was supposed to be. Well, I suppose I could do. Nope, still need to do it. I'm going to put that on the inside, I think, and then so on. And then we have another piece. This is lovely lipstick. Again, this is retired, and this is 4¼ by 5½. And then I cut just a little bit of a sliver off because it's going to be to cover up the messiness on the inside. So we want to make sure that it is a coordinating piece, but it's going to be a little bit narrower or smaller, just to make sure that we don't have that bulk and that this card will close properly. Okay, so let's get started. I've already pre-cut and scored our card base, and I am using basic white. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to share with you the host code for the month of January. It's in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And what that host code is when if there's any product that you see that I'm using this evening that you enjoy and you would like to have it, please use the host code. If your order is $149 a month, use that code. If it's or less, sorry. If your order is $150 or more, please don't use that code. Reach out to me and I will share with you the best way to get the most bang for your buck. Okay? It is freezing here in Austin, you guys. All right. So we've already scored. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to take the smaller piece, and I'm going to have to recut this. We're going to take this smaller piece because you see how my hearts are not in the right orientation. So I need my hearts to be this way. So I'm going to recut this to 4¼ by 3. Okay. It is freezing here in Austin. You guys, I don't like the cold weather at all. What's the temperature of the weather like where you guys are? All right, so once we have that in place, we are going to just align our piece. And then we're going to do a practice, just do a little bit of ripping. So I'm going to start my ripping from the top left, and this is top right, I'm sorry, or left, depending on the orientation that I'm holding it at. And I'm just going to rip. You can rip straight across, but I'm going to try to put a little bit of a diagonal in this because, of course, if you have a fault line, the fault line generally does not run in a straight line. It runs somewhat as a diagonal and a little bit of a curvy path. So that's up to you how you choose to rip it. and you're going to rip it towards yourself. Just rip little at a time, trying to keep the designer paper and your cardstock in the same positions. All right, you're going to make sure we keep it right there. And then what we're going to end up doing, because I don't want this to, I'm going to grab the color that I used was Lovely Lipstick. Let me find my Lovely Lipstick color. And I'm going to just go right in and um, just add a little bit of a blush to that. Okay. You don't have to do that. That's not required. But I'm adding this just for a little bit of interest in my, so we don't need it on that side. Okay, just here. We might add it. Oh, we might add it here. May as well, right? I'll put that away. All right, so now we're gonna grab some adhesive. And as you guys know, my favorite form of adhesive is liquid glue, and I have to do that because I generally have a rough time aligning things. So I'm gonna make sure I have a little bit, making sure that enough of that designer series paper is showing. Now this designer series paper is from, I want to say it's last year, right? Now, if you have seal, you can use seal again, or whatever form of adhesive you choose. You won't use any foam tape at this point, but you are going to need either liquid glue or, and you don't want it all the way to the top. Can you see where how far I'm adding it? And for me, liquid glue works best because it's going to give me some wiggle room in terms of attaching, adhering my paper. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's side number one. Okay. And if you don't get it just straight, that's fine. We can go ahead with our snips and we can paper trim that. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And all I'm going to do is align it edge to edge on the bottom so you can see how much paper we're going to have. Because what we're going to end up doing, this is going to be on the inside like so. I messed that part up too. That's okay. That is why, that's precisely why I use retired paper when I'm practicing a new technique. All right, we're going to do the same thing on here. And we're going to add, what's going to happen here? Like so, and like so. And I do use my hands, you guys, to kind of like mark how far I don't want my glue to go, my adhesive to go. If you can see, that's kind of how my fingers were. And then we're going to bring this down like that. And we're going to call that our piece. Okay, so we've got that, we've got this, and we've got our fault line created, right? So we just need now to adhere this to the cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive here. All right. Let me see how far down this is going to go. Right here. And I'm going to go up there. Okay. Now you can get as precise as you like. And again, that's why I use liquid adhesive. All right. And now that you have that, you can go right back in, and whatever is not sealed down, you didn't go far enough, go right ahead with your adhesive and you put that down in there. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing on the bottom. The only difference with the bottom is you don't want to, you kind of just want to put the liquid adhesive on the top so that you don't seal your card shut when you don't, where you don't want it to be sealed shut. Okay. So perfect. All right, and then I'm going to add, adhere it there, like so, and like that. You guys, that is the basics of the fault line technique. Okay, gonna burnish that in. Okay. Do we need to add any adhesive anywhere? Nope, I think we're good. Let's put a little bit back here. Well, I think that's good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the coordinating cardstock, and I'm just gonna put this inside right like this to cover all that ugliness that's inside. Okay. Make sure we attach this just under the fold, the score line, and that this will close like that. Look at how easy this was, y'all. Right? Make sure everything is stuck down. Grab our snips. Clip that off. Any excess that's overhanging where it shouldn't be. I think we got that. None on the other side. And now all we need to do is decorate this card. This I'd already done. So we've got this little bottle of wine. And I'm going to, let's see. Where's my stamp set? Do I want to have, oh, how about we do that? I'm going to use the Aging Fine Like Cheese and Wine set. All right. I'm going to put this like that, right there. And then I'm gonna use the happy birthday from the other. Now, question, ooh, I'm gonna do a red. Hmm. Test it. Perfect. And then I'm gonna add my sentiment right here. Oops, that's not straight. Aging fine, like cheese and wine. Make sure that's in there. We're going to add our wine bottle here. And then I'm going to put happy birthday on the outside as well. Ah, Lordy. Gotta give that a little clean. Okay. And clean this off. I have a friend of mine, his birthday is coming up in February. And I think this will be a perfect card. So what do you guys think about this card? What do you think about the technique? If you joined, clicked on the link in my Facebook page, the event, go ahead. If you do try this card, um, when you do, post it in that group. I would love to see the products or your end product when you do try this technique. I think it's beautiful. I think it's simple. You can use it with scraps. Let's see what's in here. There's a happy birthday in here. Hello, friend. Um, so if you are watching, do you like this happy birthday or this happy birthday? Type in the chat A for happy birthday here or B happy birthday here. Whichever one whichever one gets more likes or loves, then I will go ahead and that's the one I'll use. I think because I think these guys share a little bit more. I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm gonna put the happy birthday under the bottom of the wine. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Now I'm also going to use this. I'm trying to decide if I should use black. Should I use black ink or should I stay with the same red? I think I'm going to use black just because in my mind I'm planning on giving it to a male friend. So I need to have a little bit of red going on in there. So guys, if you do need to reach me, if you have any questions at all about what I've done with this card this evening, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is flashing at the bottom. You'll see it. It's sweetsignatures@gmail.com. That's the easiest way to reach me by email. You can also uh, message me through Facebook. You can reach out to me through my Instagram or any one of my other social media um, posts or venues. All right. And now I'm just going to grab, before I do that, I see here that I've got something hanging over just a little bit. So I'm going to grab those snips again and just go ahead and clean up those edges just a little bit more. We have got so many amazing designer series papers that's coming out that debuted or launched with the catalog, the January through April mini catalog. I can see so many different cards with this technique. Very simple. Again, trim that off, and I think that's good. And now I'm going to grab some dimensionals and go ahead and pop this image, this little image right up. So you can make this card as simple or as involved as you'd like. If you would like to make it a little bit more involved, you can do a bigger image. You can do more coloring. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Because sometimes, sometimes I find that we go through the whole effort of, I do anyway, overthinking something, making it more difficult than it should be. Whereas I really do enjoy simple yet elegant cards. Now, ooh, you know what? I just had a thought. So one of the things that I would do with this as well, do you remember we had those gilding flakes? Do you remember those flakes? Uh-huh. I don't know. I know we don't sell them anymore, but if you have any, and you should, because they were sold in an awful lot of quantity, it was massive amounts that came in the order in that product. Then you, oh, I shouldn't do that. No. Well, I guess I could. Um, just do a little bit of adhesive on here, and then add the, what is that thing called? The gold flakes. Oh, I am definitely going to do that now that I'm thinking about it. I wish I had discovered or seen this technique with Christmas because I could use it with some silver. All right, so here we go. And here we go. So what do you think of this card? I think it's beautiful. I love it. It's very simple. The colors themselves don't speak masculine, but because I kept it simple, and his birthday is actually February 14th, so he may get this card. Who knows? So it's Valentine Z enough without being Valentine Z, if that makes sense. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this card. I I do hope you enjoyed the card. I know I enjoyed making it. I'm probably going to go make a couple more. I am going to create a blog post featuring this technique, and I should have some many more samples for you to take a look at out on that blog post. So stay tuned for that. The blog post will probably go live on the 18th, which is Saturday. So look forward to some examples, some different ways you can make it a now or a wow card or a holy cow card. Um, and just other things that you can do. I'm gonna leave this as simple as this because I think it's just amazing. Okay. All right, guys. Again, thank you for watching. This is Caron, your ATX Stampin' Lady. Don't forget to use the host code up in the left-hand corner if you are shopping with any of the products that you see in the online store, or if you see. Don't forget also that we have a join special if you would like to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, whether it's a hobby demonstrator or for a business. Either one, I would love to have you join my team. Reach out to me at my email address or through my Instagram or any of my other social media contact information. I'd love to have that conversation with you. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful evening, and thanks for joining me as we featured the fault line fold technique. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening and happy